Yo guys, what's going on? It's Max, and in today's video, I wanted to have a little bit of a quick conversation more than anything. The question that I had for everybody is, what killers do you like going against as a survivor? And my question slash logic kind of stems from a conversation I had on stream where a lot of people find like one or two nitpicky details that they don't like about every killer, and it almost seems like there's no killers left in the game for someone to say they enjoy going against. Um, Sorry for clearing my throat. I just feeling a little under the weather. But really quick, as a side note, I'm going to be revamping the Discord over the next few days. So if you guys do want to chit chat with me, please feel free to join. Link in the description below. Additionally, with a conversation that I had with somebody on Twitch, just a question for you guys, if you don't mind letting me know, like in the comments or something. Would you want me to upload my Twitch VODs to YouTube? I will keep the other uploads the same as always. It's just some people probably don't, have the availability or the time to join my Twitch stream when I normally stream. So I figured if that's the opportunity, sure, I'd happily, let you guys check that out. If you're interested in seeing the gameplay, little conversations and things that we have. If not, I'll leave the footage to myself, chuck it in the background like this right now, or, possibly montage it together when there's some funny things to look at. So just general question for you guys in terms of what I could do for the channel. But beyond that, back to the topic at hand. I feel like a lot of people don't like going against, killers. And personally, I don't really have any particular hatred towards any killer I go against. With the exception of Clown, which I'm showing here, but it's just because I don't like how Clown looks. The playstyle is still kind of boring, but I mean, I don't care because it's the anti-looping that Clown provides can similarly be constructed as an argument for why people don't like the artist, and even the Doctor to some extent. So, it makes me wonder, are there killers that people actively are like, yes, I'm excited because we finally get to go against this person? And I think for me, the one that I've noticed consistently with my friends that when we go against one, it's super exciting is a hillbilly. Almost every other killer, it's like, oh, cool. It's something we haven't seen in a while, or we see it very often and we're not interested. I personally like the high mobility mind game kind of characters, something like Wesker, Blight, even though they are pretty strong, Demogorgon. Just those kinds of characters, including Billy, are in my opinion, they're fun to go against. There's a genuine kind of decision-making change that I have to make that changes the traditional dynamic of looping without breaking it, something like, Nurse. And that's just kind of an interesting game component that I really like. And if I look at different examples, if I go against a Tombstone Myers, I'm kind of hyped about it because it's kind of funny. I mean, gameplay wise is a whole other story, but at least personally, I laugh at it. Basement Bubba, exact same thing. I go against a Basement Bubba, I'm cracking up when I'm being face camped. I don't care. Yeah, it happens, go on next game, but I never get mad. But some people genuinely find those playstyles to go against very frustrating. Understandably so. I'm not going to say it's, anything not, but even, things like, Huntress, it's I don't like the mind game of just needing to dodge a hatchet, or Deathslinger just dodging his gunshot. Nurse, people don't like Nurse because there's no mind games to be had. You're just really guessing the blink range and how they're going to play it out. Kind of the same reason people don't like Spirit. Legion and Plague, you never heal against them. People complain about it. And it's if I go through the list of everybody, there's always some part of a character that people don't like. And I guess that's when I was thinking, okay, are there characters that people actually like to go against? And I leave that question to you guys, because admittedly, I don't know if there is a unanimously, yes, I love this character. And if I go, I'm just going to go from newest to oldest really quick down the list of all characters. Skull Merchant, people already find her very underwhelming, boring. She's relatively new, so I'm going to kind of exclude her from the list, but people don't like her. The Knight does a 3-gen, no one likes it. Wesker, I've seen complaints, you see him too often, not fun to go against. Dredge is actually pretty indifferent. I think a lot of people are, they don't mind the Dredge. I personally don't either. I think the darkness at the beginning was really fun. Now there's just some weird baby screaming in my ear as the darkness is ending, and I'm like, all right, this is kind of annoying. But I like the Dredge. Sadako, if you're doing the Condemn play style, people hate you, otherwise you're fine. And it's just kind of hit and run. Artist, anti-looping, not fun. Cenobite, The chains kind of get annoying, but I mean, not many people really have an issue with it. Nemesis, I don't see people having too many issues with it. The zombies, I think, are pretty fun to go against. But that might just be my personal bias that I find stupid clips with zombies. Trickster, people don't like it. Not much counterplay to getting knives thrown in your back. Twins, you get camped, not very fun. Blight wins a bunch of games, but I personally like going against Blight. I think there's a lot of mind games and changes in your ultimate decision making that influence how effective a Blight can be, especially watching like competitive play where you see body blocks so the Blight can't actually slam into stuff is, to me, super cool. But I also admittedly am a little bit biased in liking more competitive part of the game. Pyramid Head, anti-looping, people are meh. Deathslinger, kind of the same thing as Huntress, just dodge a thing. Oni, get slugged, not fun to go against. Demogorgon, I think a lot of people like Demodogs. Demodog. The like tunneling thing, people don't really clear those out, so it's just kind of the mind game of shredding versus walking through stuff, which I know people like. Ghostface, I know people see, that's the thing, I like getting Mori by Ghostface because I think it's funny. A lot of people are like, I don't know, a lot of people like bringing Mori on Ghostface, and for some reason people just don't like going against them. Stealth killers are pretty fun. For me, they're always fun because it's a different dynamic for the game, but whatever. Plague, I don't mind Plague. I mind the people that don't know how to play against Plague, but if you're playing casually, I'm never going to dock you for it. You know, it's like, I don't expect everyone when I go against a Plague to immediately know you're not supposed to cleanse, but some people I've seen have played the game for a very long time, and I'm not going to say it's like you need to learn how to do it, because obviously, once again, if you play the game casually, it really doesn't matter, and I'm speaking from some kind of position of entitlement, saying like you shouldn't be cleansing against Plague, but that's like the most frustrating part of Plague, is going against a Plague with a survivor that cleanses very often, because then it turns into machine gunning Plague that you can't deal with. Legion, just stabby stab, then becomes a 115. I don't mind it, but some people don't like it because they sometimes do like anti-healing stuff. Spirit, hard mind games. Audio is kind of bugged right now, so it's difficult. Clown, anti-looping. I think he's ugly, but that's, you know, completely irrelevant to the kit. The pig, jigsaw boxes kind of had their RNG fixed, so people don't get frustrated from just randomly popping and dying. The built-in slowdown's cool. I don't go against pigs very often, but I do like the pig. Freddy, everyone hates Freddy because he's boring. Bubba, if you get face camped, it's boring. Otherwise, normal chainsaw play, yeah, it's decent. Huntress, just dodge the hatchet. Doctor, this constant screaming is like the only thing that gets annoying after a while, especially, and I don't know why it is, I go against Doctor players that even though I'm at Madness 3, they'll like continue to shock through pallets when, if they were to just keep running through and do like one shock by the pallet and try to go for the swing, they'd get it. But instead I get shocked like 30 times, and it's like, it's not Doctor, it's Doctor players that do that sometimes. So it's like, that's why I don't like it. Hag, I don't care to go against a Hag, but some people are like, they just camp whatever. Myers, you know, super cool character, but people don't like Tombstone, people don't like getting one shot. If your teammate gives a bunch of stock and then you get slapped for it, feels kind of bad. Nurse, no, people say no counterplay, you're kind of just guessing from that. Hillbilly's awesome. I think Hillbilly's super fun to go against. Wraith, it's basically just camp the window and keep vaulting it back and forth so he has a hard time uncloaking for the hit. And then Trapper just camps, like, and sets up nearby a certain area, and people don't like that playstyle. So it's like, I know I ranted through everyone, but you can see, like, those complaints are not ones that I always have, but I've heard across the community. And it's like, there's very, very few people where, like, few killers, I should say, where when you go against it, you're excited. And for me, it's like, I kind of want to main the people that they like going against. You know, if people really like Billy, I would want to get really good at a Hillbilly so that when I go into a Survivor game, people don't, you know, get upset at like, oh, you're just playing, you know, for example, like Trickster, you're just throwing knives at me, I can't do anything about it. Oh, you're playing Wesker, he's really good at looping, I can't do anything about it. Or, you know, Blight and Nurse are like the perfect examples of high mobility, high skill characters, but if you get a good win with Nurse or Blight, people just say it's because it's Nurse and Blight, which rightfully so. I'm not going to say, you know, that's like a bad argument, but I mean, kind of, you know, like, why are we limiting success to the non-meta characters? I don't know. It's a different thing, but it makes me wonder, like, are there killers that people just collectively like going against? And I know it's different for everybody. Dead by Daylight's been a game for a while. I'm still relatively new. I only got like 550 hours, I think, when I checked. So it's like, I definitely got some time to really digest, figure out exactly how I want to play the game, who I like to go against and things, but it's weird. It's just weird to me that it's like, obviously survivors play the same kind of way, so you could be like, I hate going against dead hards, adrenalines, whatever. The argument can kind of be constructed for the other side. But for killer, it's just weird that I don't see that people like going against particular killers. And it's not particular ones or particular play styles, it's like most killers in the game are people you don't like to go against, which is weird. I think I speak of this question regarding a vocal minority that kind of just speak out about the game. I think a lot of people don't really care who they go against, but the voiced complaints that I hear make it seem like nobody is an interesting killer to go against. And I wanted to leave that question to you guys. I know I've kind of rambled on a little bit about it, but it was just kind of an interesting point to think about, like, and I mean, obviously, like, this has nothing to do with being a clown. It's more like the clown is camping, and people don't like going against camping. Bubba's one of the most effective at camping. Huntress and Trickster can do it very well too. So it's like, okay, maybe that's why you hate those characters, but you don't hate the characters, you hate camping. And maybe that's like some argument / detail I've missed. So that's really about it. I'll wrap this video up. I die here. I let my friends get out. 100% worth it, because I want them to get more experience and better at the game. So that's super fun. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I genuinely appreciate it. I'll catch you guys next week. Probably gonna be going over either Skull Merchant stuff or maybe talking about some of the new Survivor perks that dropped. Let me know in the comments. Again, if you guys have any cool video ideas, I'd be happy to make them. Unfortunately, with some of the builds that you were recommending from Skull Merchant, I don't have all the teachables, or I just got to spend a shit ton more blood points to get there. So it'll be a bit, but promise we'll make it work. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And take it easy. Have a wonderful weekend, and peace.